Hello, hello, hi, folks. Welcome. Happy Tuesday. In hopes that you squeezed more out of your day than the day squeezed out of you. Welcome. Good to see you. Um, Tonight, I'm kicking it on the couch and I don't have my stand with me because I'm packing my stand. And as I was packing tonight, I'm going to Utah tomorrow for our launch of Social Retail 2.0. I'm excited, doesn't do justice. You know what I mean? I'm probably gonna catch about 2 hours sleep before the flight. And yeah. Anyway, so super excited about the launch of Social Retail 2.0, but going to Utah for that tomorrow. But as I'm packing, right, I was reminded by what Tony Robbins, um, and this echoes in my head like often, right? Not just as I was packing. This happens. This kind of, you know, um, echoes in my head a few times. As you're joining me live, let me know who is joining live and who's not. Would be nice to know. So he has this thing that says about underestimating and overestimating. He has this concept that he says we tend to. Are you ready for this? This is so good. It's so good. Well, okay. I'm going to put a pause. Before I release that, I'll tell you this. You know, so I'm packing, right? So I thought, okay, I'm going to do this. My packing should take 1 hour. I got a couple of other things to do. So I'm thinking about an hour 15, you know. Is it just me or does it happen for you too? You know, you anticipate a certain time for a project and then it turns out to be not enough. It turns out to be that you need more time for that project, right? Can you hear me? I don't know if you can hear me. So it turns out that you actually need more time, right? So you underestimated the time, right? I guess for the project. So I'm packing and I'm thinking, okay, it's going to take me about an hour and do those couple things, or an hour, 15, 20 minutes. And of course, there's always things that happen, right? Things that happen that are kind of out of the ordinary. Like you think you have something, you don't. You think something's scheduled, it's not. And this is not the case with me, but I'm just saying. But something just kind of happens, right? You think your shirt is ironed, it's not. You think you laundried that, I don't know, suit, but you haven't, right? Something throws a curveball at you and kind of throws your timing off, right? Now, here's what I was reminded of. And I was thinking to myself, I really wanted to get this done earlier to kind of, but a couple of things happened out of the ordinary and, kind of threw me off. But anyway, so Tony Robbins says, this is so powerful. We tend to, are you ready for this? Overestimate what we can do in a short time and underestimate what we can do in a long time. Let me repeat that. He says, we overestimate what we can do in a short period of time, and we underestimate what we can do in a longer period of time. Now, what does that mean and how is that related to my packing? Well, I'll tell you how and what does it mean. It means that, like, for example, you give yourself a year to accomplish a certain goal, right? And let's say a year comes and you don't hit your goal, you don't accomplish your goal. It looks like I got a couple of horns back here. I digress. So a year comes and you haven't hit your goal, right? And you're like, oh, I knew I couldn't do it. I knew I couldn't do it. This thing is just impossible. I just cannot get this done. And what do? You throw in the towel. You overestimated what you could have done, what you could do in that 1 year, because you thought you could get that goal done in 1 year. You overestimated that. However, if you maybe given yourself a year and a half, 2 years, 5 years, enough reasonable time, then we tend to overestimate in a short period of time and underestimate what we can do in a longer period of time. So if you had, in this example, if you had said, you know what, maybe the proper time for this goal would have been a year and a half, or 2 years, or 3 years, or 5 years, however long. But by you allowing a longer period of time, then you're giving yourself a better chance. You're extending your chances of getting it done, right? So what does that have anything to do with my packing? Well, I overestimated what I could have done, what I could have got done in 1 hour, right? Because I thought it would have been done in an hour, but I overestimated that. I underestimated what I could do in 2 hours or 3 hours, right? And I feel like, and it was weird because I was packing, I'm laughing to myself. I'm chuckling and I'm thinking, Tony is right, you know? Tony said I overestimate in a short period of time. And isn't that the same with our goals, like in life? You know, like you get this new job, you get this new promotion, you get this new business going, you get this side business going, and then you say, you know, I'm gonna kill it in 3 months. I'm gonna just destroy it in 6 months. And then 6 months comes around and nothing's happening, nothing's popping. What do? You throw in the towel, you quit. Overestimating what you could do in a very short period of time. However, if you give yourself enough quote unquote time, a longer period of time, 2 years, 3 years, 5 years, 10 years, a year and a half, however long, a proper amount of time, because we would blow ourselves away with the stuff that we could do if we give ourselves enough time. Isn't that amazing? I think that's amazing, because I think a lot of times we cut ourselves short. We cut ourselves short by overestimating what we can do in a short period of time and underestimating what we could do in a long period of time. You know what I mean? So it takes time, effort, patience, input, right? And it's not just for one night or 2 nights. This is night after night, day after day, right? So in life, thought of the day is that maybe you reevaluate the time frame you give a certain project or a certain goal, right? Maybe you reevaluate that. Maybe you take a relook at that, right? And set it rationally, right? Reasonably, right? And hopefully You got some love, some inspiration, some value, enough to share. Tag a couple people to this, share it on your wall. Do what you gotta do. Spread the love, I'm telling you. PK, what is up, money? I know why you're awake. You probably can't sleep. Like I cannot sleep. But yeah, so hopefully you liked it, you enjoyed, you got some value. Drop some thoughts, your comments below. Hey, you know what? Have you ever overestimated what you could do in in a short period of time? Come on, don't be shy. Throw some thoughts, experiences, memories, stories. Throw it in the line below. I appreciate you. And remember, you're in the line for. Are you serious? Wow. I'm going to go to sleep. Well, I'm actually not done packing, but I'm going to finish packing and go to sleep. Hopefully, you guys got some love. Spread the love. Remember, if you share, you show that you care. Until tomorrow, where we do it all over again. Much love.